All right, here we go. If there's anybody joining us right now for the live presentation, be sure to send me a chat or something on here if you can figure out how to do that. I'd let you know how, but I don't know. So if you can figure that out, shoot me a text or a chat or something and let me know it's working. Otherwise, we're just going to go for it. Sorry about the glitches we had earlier. I think we've got it all figured out. So we're just going to get right to it. And then that way we can make the recording available for everybody. So let me see. I'm going to get our slideshow going up here. If I can figure it out. Oh, you know what? Just a second. Here we go. Right. So tonight we're going to go over some basics for pursuing the business side of Young Living. As some of you already know, there's just absolutely no obligation to do this with a Young Living membership. It's completely optional, and there's no minimum obligation or anything to do any of this. This is for those who want to. We're going to go right to the why. Why are we going to do this? Well, of course, you know, anytime we work, we need to make it worth our while. And so right now, I'm sharing with you the average monthly Young Living income as reported on their 2013 income disclosure statement. As you can see, it goes up significantly with each level in the program. And the cool thing with Young Living is that you get paid to help others get healthy and to stay healthy. You get paid to encourage others onto the path of wellness and abundance. You get paid to share about the things that God's given us to stay healthy. And so you're getting paid to do something that you love. You're getting paid to help people, and you're contributing to your family. And the cool thing with the direct marketing system that Young Living has set up is that when you benefit, your team benefits, other people benefit. It's very different in a lot of regular jobs that way, where you know you do something, you get paid, that's it. With Young Living, for instance, with my team, there are ways that I can benefit my team members financially when I'm benefiting financially too. And when I benefit financially, my leaders benefit financially. And so it's really just a great model of what Christian income should be, in my opinion. So that's the big why for me, why I'm doing it. You know, there's many families in the Young Living family who have been able to quit their regular jobs and earn a comfortable living solely with Young Living. I heard a story, for instance, of a woman who was able to advance to gold, and when she got to gold level, her husband, who was a plumber, was able to completely quit his job. So with Young Living, my husband has been able to work less, and hopefully with my goals this summer, he'll be able to focus almost completely on just working at home around our farm. He still wants to do some work outside of the home just because that's how he is, but it's a blessing to me and my husband and my family that way too. So that's the why. So right now, you know, you can just imagine what this can do for your family, and that's why we pursue this. So we're going to start with the basics. With Young Living, there are 4 main ways of earning income. There are commissions, like most sales organizations. So that's just the basic unilevel commissions that you see there on the top. This is your 8% mostly. Mostly it's 8%. As you go up levels in Young Living, you also get additional percentages for levels 2, level 2, 3, level 4, and things like that. And we'll look at a chart for that in a minute here. The Start Living and the Fast Start bonuses are for your new members that enroll with you. Whenever a new member purchases a premium starter kit, any one of the 3 premium starter kits, you're basically going to earn $50 from that. 25 from the Fast Start and 25 from the Start Living bonus. And so the cool thing also about the Fast Start bonus is that while commissions are generally 8% for all your people that you sign up in your team, you earn actually 25% on all orders for your new members for the first 3 months that they're signed up. And that's a huge portion of my checks each month. So that's a really good bonus. Now remember, for these bonuses, you have to have an order of 50 PV in that calendar month to receive a check for those commissions. So for instance, if you have one new member sign up and order PSK, we call Premium Starter Kit, you put in a 50 PV order and you get a check for $50. So basically that order that you put in for 50 PV is free. You're getting $50 worth of free stuff. And then it goes up from there, of course. For my team members, I do have an app, which we'll talk about later, that helps me watch commissions for myself and for my team members. So I can watch your commissions each month and let you know if there's commissions that you may be missing out on that are, and I can help you determine if it's worth it to place an order for a given month based on that month's projected commissions too. So those are the basics. There's other things too. There's another one that you can look at later as you get further into it, called the Rising Star bonus, or the Rising Star bonus as seen on the bottom. So that's another good one. Let me get to the next one. So here's the basic foundation of Young Living's compensation plan. When you're starting out, we're just looking at the basic foundation. You see the different levels: distributor, star, senior star, and executive at the top there. And you can see in general, on the bottom half of the chart, that you're basically getting 8% commissions for every member that is signed up with you. Any member that they sign up, you would get 5% on their orders. And then as you get higher up, you can see you get additional commissions for additional levels. So those would be the people that your team signs up with you, your team members sign up themselves. So for those who are wondering, what is PV? Remember, PV is your personal volume. That's what you order each month. So that on the left side, you see PV at the top. So those are the required PV to get to each level. And then OGV is what your organization orders. That's you and those in your downline. That's the total orders from everybody from you down in a calendar month. So in order to advance to star level, for instance, you need to have a monthly order of 100 PV, and then your team together collectively would be 500 or more OGV. Your 100 would count in that OGV, so then basically it would need to be 500 underneath you, or 400 underneath you, your members collectively for that month in order to reach that level of star. And then as we get higher up towards executive, you can see that we need to start having legs. You see the leg times OGV there at the bottom, 2 times 1,000. Legs are just basically a member in your team with a high amount of orders and people in their downline. Legs are also thought of or called sales organizations, like little mini sales organizations within your organization. So while these legs or sales organizations in your team will inevitably form naturally, there is one thing you may need to do in order to encourage the right formation of your legs. What I recommend for my team members is when you start having 3 to 6 people in your organization, you'll want to start watching it to see who your movers are, is what I call them, movers and shakers. These are the people who are buying and using the oils actively, as well as sharing them successfully and signing up new members. When you see that they're maintaining a solid OGV each month, I suggest considering what's called stacking or strategic placement with them. This gets into a whole nother thing, a lengthy bit of info. So I've got a YouTube video for that for more information. There's it's a really good YouTube video called, I think it's strategic placement or something, but anyway, so I can get you that link for that. I might even be able to figure out how to share it on here. But anyway, you know what? I might be able to. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, I might mess something up if I do that. So let me know if you want that link. All right, So that's the basics. If anybody's watching and if you have any questions at any time, you can chime in the chat box. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, so some people ask what the difference is and the pros and cons of websites versus Facebook pages for having your own thing set up. Well, there's definitely pros and cons to each. And the one main con that I want to note with having a website is really just the cost, which isn't that much, but it's every month. You can have a standard website with all the information and sign up link and everything readily available and not have to do anything more if you don't want to. And that's my favorite thing of having a website. I would for that reason I would recommend it and choose it over a lot of different other ways you could go. It's really easy, especially with the website company I use. I use Young Living Distribution, whatever, YLDist, as you see the logo for them on the left side. They have everything already all set up. If you look at my website for Young Living, you can see what it looks like. You can customize it a bit, and you can add a blogging feature and write your own blogs and stuff for it, but you don't have to. It's got everything on there. It's got information about Young Living's quality, their farms, the premium starter kits, safety. It's got videos. It's got all the products on there that they can look through, catalogs and things like that. So it's really phenomenal. I used to have a Young Living website through Young Living itself, and I found YLDist to be way better. So I definitely recommend them. There's an affiliate link on my website too if you sign up. I don't know how that works, so whatever. But it's definitely high quality, and if you sign up for a lengthy period of time or wait for their promos, you can get it for $10 a month or less even, which is really cheap and definitely worth it. They're always updating it, staying on top of things, so I really like them. With a separate Young Living business Facebook page, there's one really big con that a lot of people are finding that can make it really difficult to be successful with a Facebook page, and that is getting a big following on your Facebook page or getting those page likes. It's usually very difficult for most people. For me, it wasn't, because I already had a Facebook page of over 15,000 likes, as well as numerous groups that I ran with thousands of members. But most people don't have those networks, so in general, I do find it best for people to use their personal Facebook page for sharing about Young Living, especially when you're first starting out. Some people hesitate to do this because they feel as though they don't want to bug their friends or family, or feel like they're pitching sales all the time. And so here's one thing I'd say to keep in mind. You're only bugging them if you're just trying to sell them stuff and that's it. The approach should be a desire to help support their health with natural ways that God's given us. So many people really do desire this type of information now, but they just don't have many places to get that information. And so you can be their go-to. And, you're posting things and it's seeming like nobody's noticing it or nobody's liking it, when in reality they are. And eventually there's going to be people that say, hey, I have a need, I have a body system that needs some support or something, can you help me out? And it's going to be because of those weeks or sometimes even months of you posting things. In my years and years of doing my Facebook page and things like that, one thing that I've gotten a lot of from people is emails saying, yeah, I've been following you for 6 months. I've been following you for 2 years. And then they take the plunge, whether it's with Young Living or hiring me to provide health services for them or whatever. But sometimes it takes people a while to really take that big first step. So, be patient. And if you're going to use your personal Facebook page or, start a new one for your business. For those who just don't want to do any of those right now, you can have just a standard sign-up link that is something that people can go straight to either order as a retail customer or to sign up as a new member. That sign-up link is in member resources in your virtual office, your Young Living virtual office. You just log into that, and in there somewhere, I think it's in member resources, you'll find an automatic sign-up link generator, which will give you an easy link for new members to sign up with you, or even for retail customers to use. So I recommend just keeping that link handy. saving it somewhere, and you can just forward that to people. So those are the pros and cons of those things. Let's move on. All right. So for us, especially in those in our team, there are a lot of free, easy to use resources for you to share about Young Living on social media. It's really never been easier. Some of those resources include the incredible infographics from our Royal Crown Diamond leaders at Vital 180. Those are, you see the one up in the top left. Theirs are the best we've ever had, and they're always adding new ones. They're compliant, so there's no question about that. And the thing I like about Vital 180's free infographics is that it automatically adds your name and member number to every picture that you do. All you do is you register your Vital 180 account, you pick the infographic that you want, and you download it, and it's automatically going to put your information in there. You can share it directly to Facebook without even having to download it from Vital 180's website, or you can download it and share it somewhere else. But now keep in mind that the resources from Vital 180 are only available to the people in our team that are, a part of our Royal Crown Diamond Leaders team. So we are really, really fortunate to have them. For social media tools, there's also free infographics that you can download on Wildest. They have some really great ones too. They have some really pretty ones on the premium starter kits and things like that too, and they're adding new ones every once in a while also. So I would check there. I think for those you would just go to wildist.com, and then there's a tab to click on for USA Graphics or something like that, but you may need to already have a website or account with them. I'm not sure about that one. And then of course there's already quite a bit of infographics and other things for your social media in the virtual office with Young Living. So you can log in there, look in member resources. There's Facebook banners that you can use on your personal or business Facebook page. There's infographics. There's tons of things like that in there too. So really the possibilities are endless. And you can even, if you're the type of person to want to really get creative and a little bit technologically advanced, you can play around and make your own. Young Living has an entire Flickr account with pages and pages of really gorgeous photos, and they're available to all Young Living members for use. So you can look around. They have what are called silos, and those are just the picture of the essential oil bottle up close, and you can customize all of those photos by adding things to them with a really easy smartphone app called DropShots. So there's people making some really fabulous, gorgeous infographics on their own with their smartphone, just using DropShots and pictures of Young Living's pictures on Flickr. It can be really easy. There's other free programs out there, like Pixabay is another one that has really gorgeous, just general photos on main topics like exercise or sleep or things like that. So there's quite a bit of resources out there, and you honestly don't even need to know that much about graphics or downloading things. It's really quite simple. And just remember one thing: if you are going to customize your own, well, two things I should say. If you're going to customize your own, you need to have Young Living's independent distributor logo on every photo that you create, as well as your name and number, your member number. The independent distributor logo is available in the virtual office, so you just need to download that and just throw that on every picture that you create. And then secondly, make sure that every picture you create is compliant. You're going to risk your account and your commissions if you put out something that's not compliant. So just make sure that whatever the picture says is compliant. And Young Living's got all the compliant terminology and things like that in the virtual office, so you can look there if you're not sure and just go with what they've got printed out. Or you can ask me too. You can ask me anytime. I'll give you as much info as I know and refer you for the rest. So here's a little bit about compliant. We can't make what's called disease claims, which is basically anything that says the oils can cure or help with any illness, health problem, things like that. It's very, very frustrating. I know more than anybody after the wealth of research that I put into things. But yeah, it's basically in order to preserve our right to have access to essential oils, to maintain federal compliancy, and to keep our access to our commissions in our Young Living account. So, and I learned this firsthand. You know, my account was temporarily closed down when the FDA first came after Young Living. They were looking at accounts, member accounts and websites. And of course, on Healthy Families for God, I had a lot of non-compliant stuff, and I also had the essentials on there. And they decided that that was not okay. And so they shut down my account until I removed everything on there. So we need to keep it what's called above the wellness line. You see in the middle of this picture, the wellness line. That's the wellness line. We need to keep it above the wellness line. We can discuss normal body functions and systems. That's why we say the word support a lot. Support of the 11 body systems. Trading out unhealthy products for the power and potency of essential oils. And there are some things that are normal body functions that we can talk about that you might think aren't. PMS, menopause, pregnancy, those kinds of things. We can say that. Now, when we get into the danger zone, we can't discuss diseases and ailments like colds, allergies, infections, and more. We can't discuss abnormal body functions like high blood pressure, hormone imbalance, or chronic conditions, chronic pain, headaches, digestive issues. Unfortunately, we can't discuss those kinds of things. So we just work around that. You know, there's ways to get creative and work around that. If there's any questions about anything, I'm happy to help you determine if something is above the wellness line or not. You can also email conduct and they'll let you know too. You know, sometimes things get a little gray area. And so, you know, we want to make sure that it's compliant before we just throw it out there. Young Living has provided a wealth of resources to help us stay compliant. You know, with all the free infographics that we talked about in the last slide, those are all compliant. Beyond that, you'll just want to, you know, check out the resources in Virtual Office about sharing the right way. They have a downloadable or a document on there with all the claims that you can say. You can also even just look on Young Living's website for each product and see what they say about things too. So yeah, I know that one stinks. So a little bit more about our resources from our amazing Royal Crown Diamond leaders, which is my favorite part about being in this team. I can't even imagine having these amazing resources and not having access to them because I just happen to be in the wrong team. So when you have potential new members and they're interested in more than just the oils, they're interested in the business side of things, you make sure to mention Vital 180 and the amazing resources we have through them and the, you know, unique access we have to them. Scott and Brenda Schuler came out with these earlier last year, just last year, and it was really exciting. Business to the Next Level is something they just recently added. This is a set of training courses that you work through for each level, star, senior star, etc., to give you the information and training you need to advance to the next level. So after you're done watching this, you know, head over to Vital 180 and go check out the Business to the Next Level courses if you haven't already done so. And, you know, they say take your time working through them. It's a lot of information to digest, but that's really going to be a key tool in advancing your business. The infographics, like we talked about, automatically generated with your personal Young Living information. And like I said, they're always adding new ones, so keep checking back. They have Business in a Box, which is a fabulous set of classes that you can do either in person or online and barely have to do anything except for just host it. The work is already done. They've got the PowerPoint presentation, the invitations, and a bunch of other things that you would need for a really great party. The classes that they currently have available are Intro to Oils, Home Detox, and Ningxia Red. So those are fabulous. And then, you know, I've added to my own classes and things, I've added some things like a Young Living essential oil bingo just to help attract new people into classes. And, you know, people love games and people love prizes too. So just extra things like that sometimes that we have that I've added for our team. Now, the guides that are available with Vital 180, there's the welcome guide, the sharing guides, and the Vital Life guide. Those are absolutely fabulous, and I highly recommend either ordering some of them or providing your new members with links to them. I still like hard copies of things, and so I order the welcome book and the purple sharing books, and I send those to every new member that signs up with me. The welcome book is fabulous for showing new members how to navigate their account online with Young Living, how to order more products, you know, how to use their products, how to log on to Vital 180 and get started there, and how to share with other people. The sharing guide helps a little bit more with that. They both kind of talk more about the bonuses from signing up new members and things like that too. They're really great resources. And then with the purple sharing guide, when you send that to a new member, they can turn around and share that with somebody who's interested in signing up as well. So it's a few bucks that really I find helps new members to really launch forward right away. And then they also have printable postcards too. So if you're the kind of person that likes, you know, hard copies of things and sending out things through the mail too, you can look on that. And then in addition to some of these, I've got some classes and things that I've formatted for our team. I've done a pregnancy and a childbirth class that did fabulous online. You can do it as an in-person class or an online class as well. And then the bingo thing like I talked to you about. So just shoot me a message anytime you're going to do a class and would like some more resources. One really, really cool thing that I'd like to let you know about is the Oily Tools app. This app lets you see where your estimated earnings are throughout the month. That's my favorite feature of it. But it also has lots of other great features. It makes it really easy to check your downline to see what your projected OGV is for the month, how many of your members are ordering, how many are on the ER program, and lots more. I really, really love this app, and I definitely recommend it. It's a really great business tool. It's $6.99 per month. To get it, you just go online, you sign up on oilytools.com or something like that. You sign up for your account, put in your automatic payment information, and then you just download the app. It's super easy to use. I personally find it easier to use than my Young Living virtual office. There's, you know, things that are in the virtual office that aren't on this app, of course. But for checking downline, checking commissions, it's super easy. It's also really helpful when you're first starting out building your team, because it can help you decide if your estimated commissions are worth putting in the order amount necessary to get those commissions. So it's just right there. It updates it daily. It's so easy to see. And it's really, honestly, really encouraging and fun to watch your earnings go up throughout the month and say, you know, I'm doing this. It's actually working. So go ahead and check that out if you think it'd be good for you. It's fun. Okay. The next part of having a successful business with Young Living is incentives. They don't have to be big, but offering incentives to new members as well as current members is, I find, a really crucial part of success. The months that I experienced my biggest growth in my team and in my orders were the months that I offered incentives. And those were substantially higher growth months. So it's something to consider. A free bottle of an essential oil to a winner at a class, or to each new member that purchases a premium starter kit. Those are things that may all be that's needed to really boost your business, and they really do make a difference. There are many ways you can do this too. Everybody has their own ideas and what works for them. I do recommend joining the Young Living Incentive Ideas group on Facebook. They have some really good ideas. People get really creative in there, and they create graphics for their incentives and they share them for other people to use and things. So it's really, it gets really fun. At first, I find it helpful to offer incentives for new members who purchase the premium starter kit. So I'm always basically doing a gift card. That definitely helps. Sometimes I don't know that I would have signed up new members without that, many times. So just keep in mind that it's not compliant to offer non-compliant resources like the essential oils desk reference and things like that to new members as a promo for signing up. So what I do is offer them a gift card to a place where maybe they can get those resources, but I'm not providing those resources for them so that I can stay compliant. Now, I do $25 gift certificate. Remember, there's a $25 Fast Start and $25 other one bonus for signing up a new member. And so you're still earning something. And you're maybe earning something that you wouldn't have earned without that incentive. The best way to share Young Living is for your members to use them and know how to use them. So this picture right here is an example of a promo that I run for my team members to see, just to help them see how awesome the Essential Rewards program is. Because when you're ordering them every month, you're more likely to be using them and to know how to use them. So then you're more likely to be able to share them with other people and say, you know, somebody says, oh, my shampoo is full of junk. And well, I'm using Young Living shampoo all the time and I love it. Things like that. So if you want to be successful in your business, you've got to use the products and you've got to know how to use them. And, you know, of course, that's what I'm here for too. Don't ever hesitate to send me a message and let me know what something is for or how it works or why we would use it or what's a good for what, you know, things like that. So, and, you know, it costs money for sure to offer incentives. But I really do find that it's true. You have to spend money to make money. This isn't like an hourly wage job. This is a business that you're building. So in the beginning, it costs. It does. I don't know that it would be possible to really build a big business and to advance to those higher up levels without investing in it a little bit at first. But with time and, you know, proper education to your team members, it'll start growing by itself after a while. So it takes these qualities though. If I were to ask what the one thing I would tell you is when building your business, it would be to persevere and to be determined and disciplined and not to give up. It really can be hard at first. You know, a lot of us have had parties where only one person shows up or maybe nobody shows up or no new members for months. But if you keep going, it will gradually pick up speed and start building itself. Remember when you're in those lulls where nothing's happening or you feel like you're barely getting anywhere with it. I was there too. I think all of us were. You know, it starts out like that for a lot of us. So don't let that make you quit. You know, if you get to that point, you feel like you're giving up, go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a message. We'll pull out everything we can together, all the resources and stuff, and work through it together. That's what we're here for. That's why this model of business is so incredible. We're part of a team. And you know, when you signed up with Young Living, you didn't just sign up to be with the company, you signed up to be a part of a team too. And so we want to build that team spirit into that and encourage each other. And so as you start building your own team too, keep that in mind with your team members. You know, really make them feel like they're a part of a team. Reach out to them often, check in with them, ask them how they're doing. If they have any questions, make sure they're a part of our groups. Make sure they've registered with Vital 180. Make sure they're in our Oily Friends Facebook group. That's private, so you can ask anything in there. So that's a really helpful resource for people. And just kind of carry them through at first and you know, lead them. That's part of having a business too with Young Living is sometimes you've got to be a leader. And for some of us, if you're like me, that's hard at first and still after a while. But it's fun. This is a job that can really be fun. So some of the additional resources, our Oily Friends Facebook group, that starts with my leader, Kelly. And you know, we add anybody else who signs up with any of our team members beneath that. In there, it's private, so you can ask anything anytime. And we just ask you to only invite people or add people to that group that are in your team that have signed up as wholesale members, so we can keep it as our team. Let me see here. I'm going to say something else about that, but I can't remember. So we'll move on. There's a really good group on Facebook that I like called Young Living Independent Distributor Business Builders Mastermind Group. They have a lot of really great ideas. You can ask questions in there too, things like that. Okay, I remember what I was going to say about our Oily Friends private Facebook group. My leader, Kelly, if you don't know much about her already, she has been using essential oils for, gosh, I think almost 20 years. She's also been raising dogs and breeding them and showing them and even owning her own raw dog food business. So if you have any pet, especially dog questions too, you can, about using essential oils with them, you can post that in our Oily Friends group. And if Kelly doesn't see it, we'll make sure to tag her in it. She's definitely the best resource for that kind of information, as well as other information too. So it's a really nice team page that we can ask things like that with. Also, there's a group on Facebook called the Oily Graphics to Share Facebook group, and that has free graphics that you can download and share yourself. Sometimes people who create them will request that their name and information gets kept on the picture, and sometimes they leave it off for you to add your own. So, it'll be indicated on there, but they come up with some pretty creative stuff in there too, if you ever feel like you need more resources than the other ones that we have available. And then, of course, the member resources in the virtual office. If you haven't been into the member resources section in the virtual office, take some time to look through there and go through those resources. There's a lot of them in there. And, even now, I'm still finding some in there that maybe I didn't know was in there, and it'll just pop out at me all of a sudden. One of the things I like in there is there's a Young Living letterhead page, and sometimes I'll just print that blank letterhead, Young Living letterhead off, and I'll use that to handwrite notes to my new members. So just little things like that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, that's the end of that. So if there's anybody joining us now and you want to pop in with some questions, you can go ahead and do that. There was, let me think of some of the questions that I've had recently from new members. One of them was what the best way is for people to order. If somebody comes up to you and you're a new member and they say, hey, I just want to order a bottle of peppermint oil, how do I do that? Well, there are a few different ways that you can have them go about that. One of the ways is if you're on the Essential Rewards program and you're ordering every month, you can throw it out to local friends and family and say, hey, I'm putting an order in on the 15th. If anybody wants to get on that order, and you can, offer them wholesale prices if you want to, then let them know to let you know by that date. And you can add it to your order. Remember, with the Essential Rewards program, you're getting shipping for way cheaper than through a regular order. And so it's a great way to add other people's orders onto it too, whether it's for retail price or wholesale price or whatever. Another way you can do it is just give them your link that we talked about in the previous slides, generating your own sign-up link. Or if you start a WildDist website, you can just give them that link and say, here you go, order through there. You can, and let them know they can either order as a wholesale member, which requires the purchase of a starter kit, or as a retail customer for now. One thing you might notice is that people think that you're just going to have a closet full of essential oils on hand whenever somebody wants to buy them, which you can if you want to. But I find it best to just keep everything streamlined and organized online. So I like to just make sure people are just putting their orders in online. You'll find that some people really just prefer to order as a retail customer for a long time. They don't want to sign up. They don't want, and sometimes, I want to make sure that those people know that there really isn't any obligation. You buy the starter kit. There's no obligation except for 50 PV per year in an order or orders, and that's it. So, sometimes it'll just be good to check with them and ask which way they prefer and why. But some people will still prefer to just be a retail customer for, up to years sometimes, and then they'll finally dive in. Another reason that I found people do that is because they just don't feel knowledgeable, and they feel like when they become a distributor, they feel like they have to know everything about essential oils. So that's a good time for you to let them know that they don't have to know all that information. That we've got a really great team that can help with that. So they don't have to know everything. There we go. Let me think. Some of the other things that we've noticed, people asking is, you might have somebody saying, I don't want to sign up because I don't want to give them my social security number. That happens. That's definitely a concern for some people. We let them know that it's for tax purposes. If they happen to have membership and have some commissions, that they may need to get a 1099 at the end of the tax year, and that's the reason for the social security number. And some people will see that as an obligation to sell, but so you'll want to remind them that there is absolutely no obligation to sell. It's just a formality for that purpose in case that comes up. Because I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, there's a lot of people who sign up saying, I have no intention of selling anything. I'm not going to sell anything. I just want the oils. And you know what? A year goes by, sometimes even just a couple months, maybe 2 years, depends on the person. But a lot of people turn around and go, why am I doing this for free? Everybody is asking me about them. Everybody's wanting to buy some. And they're ordering through me for years or whatever, for months. And I could be making money or at least getting free oils doing this. So then things turn around for them. So that's something to note too for new members signing up. I think those are the main questions that we get. If you think of anything that you have, any additional questions, don't hesitate to message me anytime or post in our Oily Friends group or whatever you want, whatever works best. But really just ask away so we can help you get started going successfully at first, and keep supporting you throughout your business venture with Young Living. One thing that I also should note is that when we talked about looking at your movers and your shakers in your team, I'm doing that right now, and I'm watching for movers and shakers to see who's going to be my next legs. And if you want that to be you, and you say, I'm really going to try to build this business, I'm going to give it all I got, you can shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll watch your team and see how it grows, because I'm putting all my new enrollees under my legs. This is how I can support my team and say, here you go, here's some extra commissions, because you're really doing good. You've put a lot of effort in, and I just love that business model of being able to support those above us and those in our team below us. We're supporting our whole team when we're having new members, and we can stack them accordingly in our team members as well. So that's something that I really enjoy doing, and I hope that some of you watching this are going to be those, or some of you watching this maybe are already those, my movers and my shakers, and we're building this together, and we're growing together, and we're benefiting our families together. So this has been really fun, and I'm so glad to have you guys as part of our team. Just don't ever hesitate to let us know when you have questions. Let us know however we can support you to be successful in your business. Thanks, you guys. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and we'll talk to you soon.